Hi, my name is Andy Kutosh. I'm here with Cobb Cycling, and I am going to show you how to install your new Cobb saddle. So you've received in the mail your box, and if you open it up, you'll find your new Cobb saddle, an instruction guide, as well as a toolkit with all the necessary tools to install your new saddle. The first step of installing your new saddle is to remove your existing saddle. So you'll use one of your supplied Allen wrenches, and John has made these a specific size so that you do not over torque any of the bolts. So our first step is going to be to release this new saddle by loosening up the clamp, popping off the old saddle. Once you've removed the old saddle, take your new Cobb saddle and reverse the process. And what we want to do is we want to get this saddle about finger tight and snug, but loose enough that we can make some adjustments to this. So just hand tighten it down, and you should be able to move this around with your hand so that we can make our adjustments. Our first adjustment is going to be measuring the saddle height. And the way that we determine this, we've given you a formula on the back of your tape measure, and it has your inseam length times 0.889. And in order to determine your inseam length, you'll need to remove your shoes, take your supplied tape measure, take it on the inside of your leg as high and tight as you can get, extend it down to the knee, and then fully extend it to the ground. And for mine, it is 86 centimeters. And we'll multiply that by our 0.889, and we will get 74.6 centimeters. Now what that is going to be measuring is the top of the saddle to the center of the crank. So we want to take the top of the saddle, take your tape measure all the way down to the center of the crank. This is currently at 78, so we'll need to lower the saddle till we get to our desired 74.5 centimeters. And to do this, again, take one of your supplied Allen wrenches, loosen the collar, and drop your post down. Take a measurement until you get to your desired height. Okay. Once that is there, tighten your collar back up, and that has given you your proper seat height. The next measurement that we want to do is going to be a fore and aft, or front and rear of the saddle. And we've also supplied a chart that will help guide you during this process. So this being a tri-bike, I'm 5'11". My nose of the saddle should be 2 centimeters in front of the center of the crank. And in order to figure out this, you'll need a plumb bob. And if you don't have a plumb bob, you can use a piece of string in our supplied open wrench to determine this. So what we want to do is we want to take the string on the nose of the saddle and let it drop all the way to the ground. And we want to take a measurement from that string to the nose of the saddle or to the center of the crank to determine this. And again, I'm looking for a 2 centimeter, the nose should be 2 centimeters in front of the crank. So as I do this, currently it's 4, so I'll need to move the saddle back 2 centimeters, take another measurement, drop it off the nose, and that gives me a 2 centimeter difference where the nose is in front of the center of the crank. So that will give us our seat height. It gives us our fore and aft. The next measurement is going to be for saddle tilt. And that is basically how this saddle, the nose either going to be tilted up or down. And on a tri-bike, we recommend starting at a 1 degree nose drop. So if you grab your level, what it will look like in the level to do 1 degree saddle drop is 1/3 of the bubble outside of dead level. So you'll need to adjust this down just a hair until you get to 1/3 of the bubble outside of dead level. Once that is set, that will be your saddle tilt. At this point, your saddle is ready to be tightened down. And again, with the supplied Allen wrench where you can't over torque the bolts. Okay, so this has given us our ideal saddle placement. The next measurement that we want to do is to determine if our bars are the correct distance to the nose of the saddle. And in order to do this, take your supplied tape measure and we are going to measure our forearm. And to do this, you just want to make it 90 degrees at your elbow and take the measurement from a fully extended arm, and mine is about 47 centimeters. And what you want to do is take it from the nose of the saddle to the center of the bars. If you have more than a 2 centimeter discrepancy on this, meaning that your bars are extended either 2 centimeters further or they're brought in 2 centimeters less than this, you will need to change your stem. If you go to your local bike shop, they'll have a variety of stems of different lengths. And the stem, again, is this part that attaches your handlebars to your seat tube or to your steering tube or your frame here. As you can see, you have a short one that you could reduce or a longer one that would extend it out a little bit further. One final measurement is your saddle height that we did times the .889. Mine was 74.6. That should be the same distance from the nose of your saddle to the end of your extension bars. So if you check that, that should be ideal, and that should be the same measurement as this right here. So this gives you a great starting point to try out your new saddle. You will need to probably make some final minor adjustments with extension bars and saddle tilt after you do a test ride. Thank you for purchasing this Cobb saddle. We hope these installation instructions help you enjoy the sport a little bit more.